This is NBC6 News Now.
Well, fire crews are working to learn what caused this massive fire in Miami Gardens this morning. Thank you for watching NBC6 News Now. I'm Constance Jones. NBC6's Shanae Amara joins us live. And Shanae, we're getting a better look at the damage now that the sun is out, right, Shanae?
Yeah, that's right. We're also a lot closer to the scene. I'm going to step out of the way just so you can get a glimpse of what we're seeing here. Again, this is still a very active scene. However, it has shifted now from fighting the fire, of course, to now investigating it. You can still see quite a bit of smoldering, though, from this vantage point. It looks like coming out of the roof there. Quite a few neighbors have gathered outside along with family as well in the area. Again, police still have part of the roadway here blocked off as fire crews continue working the scene here. But again, this was a huge house fire earlier. So far, Miami-Dade Fire Rescue has not confirmed the details about what may have sparked it and how many people may have been impacted or to what extent. But we can see from the images earlier this morning just what kind of battle that fire crews were up against. We're also learning from a next door neighbor sharing what she says that she woke up to when this situation unfolded.
I just heard a booming sound, like it was a bomb that went off real loud, and then it was a small sound. So I ran and looked out of the side of the glass door, and I see the fire. Oh my God!
Yeah, a very scary situation here. Again, this is an ongoing situation, as I mentioned, and quite a few neighbors are outside. Fire crews, neither police have released much details. However, we did speak with a neighbor who did inform us that from her understanding, 2 of her neighbors were inside and they did not make it out. Again, that has not been confirmed yet officially by investigators or by police. So again, we're going to stay on top of the situation. And as soon as we learn more, we'll update you on air and online on NBC6.com. For now, reporting live, Shanae Amara, NBC6 News Now.
Turning now to a live look at St. Peter's Square in Rome this morning, where the Papal conclave to elect a new pope has officially begun. The conclave is set to include 133 cardinals under the age of 80. Staff at the Vatican have also been busy to prepare the chapel for deliberations. The cardinals are expected to take an oath of secrecy to participate in the conclave and remain out of contact with the outside world. This is until they come to a 2/3 majority on who should be elected. Make sure you stay connected with us here at NBC6 as we cover the conclave and selection of a new pontiff. We have everything you need to know both on air, online, and also on the NBC6 app. Well, the clock is ticking. Today is the last day before you must be Real ID compliant. If your driver's license already has a star in the upper right-hand corner, you're all good. Real IDs will now be used for flights, even domestic ones, as well as trips to military bases or federal facilities. We have a list of what to take to get your Real ID. It's on our website at NBC6.com. Well, the Miami-Dade Commission voted to ensure fluoride is removed from the county's water supply, overriding the mayor's veto of the original ban. Also, Governor Ron DeSantis signed a statewide fluoride ban into law, but the Florida Dental Association says it's one of the most effective, safe, and affordable protections against tooth decay.
No studies, and I want to be very clear, no studies have shown that fluoridation at current levels is unsafe.
It's forced medication when they're jamming fluoride into your water supply.
The state law would take effect in July, but the county level of fluoride is expected to be removed from the drinking water within the next 30 days. Florida is just now the second state after Utah to remove fluoride. Well, a man is in jail this morning after police say he made inappropriate comments around children, then attacked a manager at a theater. Well, parents say Manuel Baldason Serrera disrupted a dance rehearsal, and according to police, he then became violent when he was confronted. All this happening at Miami's Art Time Theater. The confrontation escalated when police say he punched the manager of the theater in the face. The owner now breathing a sigh of relief after his arrest.
I felt really uncomfortable. I told him, look, I need you to step outside. What he was saying put me on immediate alert because I have children that are there behind me.
Yeah, well, this isn't his first arrest. NBC6 News confirming that he was taken into custody back in December for allegedly exposing himself to a woman. He's now being held without bond. The city says security protocols are now under review. Two people are recovering this morning after a multi-car crash involving a police officer. It happened yesterday in the city of Fort Lauderdale. Police say officers spotted a car that they've been looking for. That's when officers tried to use the grappler to prevent the chase, but that's when the driver crashed its vehicle. We do know that police say two drivers were taken to the hospital. The officer is okay and one person has been detained. A Miami Beach police officer is recovering this morning after police say that he was intentionally hit by an influencer on a motorcycle. According to an arrest report, the officer pulled over 37-year-old Armando Fogocava. He's a Brazilian fitness influencer, and that's when officials say that the driver drove towards the officer, hitting him before driving away. It happened Monday in the area of 5th Street and Alton Road. His girlfriend, who was on the motorcycle as well, tells investigators that she believes he fled because he didn't have a driver's license. He was arrested, and he's now facing several charges. Right, let's head on over to Martin County this morning, where the sheriff's office is trying to piece together what led to the theft of a 68-foot luxury yacht in a marina. Authorities have now arrested a 29-year-old Russian national after he was attempting to flee to the Bahamas. Marine units stopped the theft by pushing that 3-story mega yacht right into the mangroves. You see it in that video there. The sheriff saying that in a news conference on Tuesday, this situation is rather bizarre. He also shared that the suspect was granted asylum after entering into the United States back in 2022. The suspect was already under fire. Police say that he stole a towboat and ran it aground at a sandbar early on Monday. He's now facing several charges, including grand theft. County officials there are now working with the FBI and also Homeland Security on this case. Well, this morning, we're hearing the 911 calls after officials say a bear attacked a man and his dog in southwest Florida.
The bear just came and killed the dog. What's going on? His camper is destroyed.
Okay, so you don't know where is at all?
No, he's gone completely. His whole camper was destroyed. He's not in there. He's 89 years old.
Yeah, 89-year-old Robert Markle was killed near his home on Monday, just south of Big Cypress Wildlife Management Area. Since then, officials say they've killed 3 black bears. DNA samples from those bears have been sent to labs for testing. Panthers looking to bounce back tonight against the Toronto Maple Leafs in Game 2. Despite dropping Game 1 with a 5-4 loss, the Panthers feel that there's a lot that they did well. Our Cants will receive a big boost in their lineup tonight. The puck drops at 7 p.m. tonight, so make sure you watch. All right, you guys, thanks for watching us. With NBC6 News Now, we'll be right back with your first alert forecast.
First alert weather on NBC6, South Florida's most accurate. Here's meteorologist Adam Berg.
Okay, so we got plenty of rain on Sunday and Monday. Still, many of us way down on the year, though. A lot of that rain kind of fell outside of some of the major airports. So our South Florida drought map doesn't really tell the whole story. And this map will be updated Thursday midday here. And I do expect that red area to shrink, which is extreme drought. This darker brown area to shrink, which is severe drought. But again, in real time, Naples, Fort Lauderdale International, Miami International, Marathon, officially still down 4 to 5 to almost 6 inches on the year, meaning we would need 4, 5, 6 inches of rain just to erase the drought in those locations. But we've definitely made some progress. So this is year-to-date numbers. Now we flash up the same drought with our month-to-date numbers. And yes, some areas finally looking at a surplus for the month, like Miami International here, barely looking at a surplus. But listen, we are making some big progress. It will be interesting to see what that new drought monitor looks like on Thursday. I think we will see overall anyway, improvement. So what about rain as we look forward in time? Well, we need to look for the really dark green to get into, the kind of rain that can actually move the needle as far as the drought is concerned. And that's just not happening for us. We're almost in this yellow and orange color. When you look at the legend here, that's on the low side of things. And we go through the next couple of days here, through the day Wednesday, then Thursday into Friday. Notice how the green is mostly north of us, and the really dark green, where the big rains are, still out across the western Gulf of Mexico. But as we go through the weekend, notice how some of this darker green starts working closer to us. Not quite yet on, Friday into Saturday, but I would say as we go through Sunday, maybe that's our transition day into Monday, much deeper moisture working in for us. So I do think by Monday into Tuesday, here's a snapshot of Tuesday afternoon, dark green on top of us. And then Tuesday even into Wednesday, dark green on top of us. I think it's going to be that window right there, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, where our rain chances will be highest out of the next 7 days. So here we go. Rain chances next, 3 to 4 days, we're talking 10%. And then Sunday's that kind of that transition day. And look, these numbers could ramp up a little faster than what we have here. We'll just have to keep monitoring the situation to kind of get a read on the timing of all this. The data is always changing, right? So our numbers are always changing as well. Where's the rain right now? Well, you can see where it is here, pushing across Texas, Louisiana, into the panhandle of Florida, and all these areas could see some strong storms today, especially Houston back towards San Antonio or so. And then we kind of spin the globe into our backyard. We're in the light green. That's less than a 1 on a scale of 1 to 5 as far as storm severity goes. We might not see much rain at all, regardless of whether or not it's strong or not. Okay, so here's a stalled front north of us. That's helping to trigger some of these showers and storms. We sit south of it, and there's just no disturbance, no fronts, nothing to get the storms going for us. So warm and humid, isolated rain chances, and then as we talked about, I think the bulk of our next batch of rain will be next week. Highs for today. The other story is going to be warm and humid conditions. We're in the mid to upper 80s today with humidity. You are going to feel it. Here's Future Tracker, and when I say low rain chances, our 10% might even be high. Look at what Future Tracker is doing here. Maybe an isolated inland storm, probably west coast of Florida, honestly. And then as we look at, again, the next 7 days, just to recap, we stay warm, we stay humid. There are your rain chances picking up finally Sunday, especially Monday, Tuesday.